I mean, you
But
know,
that was just
I missed my
good.
friend Mike Leach watching that.
Yeah.
You know, that guy could give
Oh,
a
that
post
guy
pick.
was great, huh?
Oh, what
What was he at, Oklahoma State?
Texas Tech.
Oh, Texas Tech, Cliff Kingsbury country.
Have you heard the one about after they went and go, there are players sitting out there and then on the river on a blanket with their fat little girlfriends. Bring up Mike Leach's fat little girlfriends. Listen to this. Telling them how great they are.
Yeah, so true.
This guy's classic.
Oh.
As coaches, we failed to make our coaching points and our points more compelling than their fat little girlfriends. Now, their fat little girlfriends have some obvious advantages. For one thing, their fat little girlfriends are telling them what they want to hear, which is how great you are and how easy it's going to be, and how we had a whole bunch of people. Everybody wanted to win the football game, but nobody wanted to play the football game.
Amen.
It defies every level of work ethic that exists with regard to football, and as coaches, we have to solve our failure on reaching them, and the players have to listen. And I'm willing to go to fairly amazing lengths to try to make that happen. I don't know if I'll be successful this week or not, but I am going to try, and there will be some people inconvenienced, and if it happens to be their fat little girlfriends, too bad.
That's awesome. That's what we need. People to be brave enough to have a personality these days.
Right.
It's kind of interesting, you know.
But check this out, because I'm with you. That's entertaining. It's smart. It's an inside look. It's frank. It's open. You know, people call it politically incorrect. Whatever. Forget all that.
Right.
It's in the moment. It's great hearing somebody be honest in the moment with some color. But I also look at people like a great franchise. Bill Belichick says nothing. Do your job. Do your job. That's it. Great coach of the Spurs.
Oh,
Popovich.
yeah, Pop.
Cuts off interview. Like, Yep. No, you saw it. Thank you. Bam. So there is something that they keep noise out because they don't give any color commentation.
Yeah.
And is there something about that is a stability within a franchise that your head coach is going to handle all that color behind closed doors, or just stay on that line? Keep it super simple. Do your job. Do your job. You didn't do your job, you're out.
Yeah.
Going to get someone in that can do your job. I know it's much more complicated than that. They're running X's and O's and everything. But this is another question. And look, in college football, which is why I like college more than pro.
So much.
So our great legendary Texas coach, Darryl K. Royal, told me one time, he goes, Matthew, you can get the maximum potential out of your team 3 Saturdays a season. I believe it was number 3 Saturdays out of a season. So you at that time you had 10, so you got 12 now. So now maybe you say you can get 4. Boy, there's an awesome black hole there to fill for the psychology. That's all psychology.
Yeah,
he goes,
sure.
you hope you have, you coach to have your team at peak, for one of those peak 3 weekends against the best teams. And then you hope they're just play kind of all right against the all right competition, and then have their worst days against competition they should beat anyway.
Yeah.
They should just roll. But boy, if 3, I'm still curious. I think what if you got a coach right now, if you could get 6 top peak performance Saturdays, 7? I mean, because I'm asking for 3 hours.
Right.
I'm asking for 36 hours a season for you to be mentally and physically and spiritually
Right there
on the edge and locked in.
And
There's an opportunity there. Is that what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%.
That no one saw.
And for somebody to even see that there is an opportunity there, right? Because sometimes you might just look at life and be like, well, there's going to be highs and lows, right? Like you can have a great team, but yeah, you're not going to win every single time. So it's like those moments where you've had 2 great weeks in a row, and like now the spread is 17, but it's like, no, that's not the laws of life, right? So how do you adjust? What's realistically possible to weather that storm of that 3rd weekend where it's just the laws of the universe are not going to allow it to be as perfect?
And balance how much, look, because sometimes your team needs confidence. You know, I remember talking to Mac Brown at practice after it was, I don't know, 20-something years ago. We'd just come off like, I don't know, 45-0 route to UCLA.
Beat them?
No, they routed us. We were not good. And that Tuesday practice or that Monday practice, it was like a completion for 2 yards, a clean handoff that went for 2 yards. We got to applaud that. I was like, well, applaud that. It was like, man, I've got the teams. We need good clean handoffs and a reception and a clean pass that wasn't intercept. We have to build the confidence back up. So sometimes you're there. Other times you have such talent and they're so confident. How do you keep them playing? No, I'm not worried about your confidence. I need to make sure you feel like an underdog against yourself,
right?
Against the ability that you can play to, because great teams are essentially playing against themselves and how great they think they can be, and that opponent is nothing but in my way,
right? To
me being as great as I can be, and that's if you got that working, if you can flick that switch in you, howdy.
Well, in your own life, because this is something I think about a lot. I think about confidence and ego, right? And I've always had a tough time knowing what my feelings are. Like when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of feelings, I think, and so I didn't know what a lot of them were.
Yeah.
And then as I've gotten older, it's like
you didn't have feelings. Or when you had feelings, you just didn't know what the hell.
I
they
didn't
were
know
about.
what they were, so I couldn't tell if I was like have like instincts or uncertain, like what was like when it was making decisions, I couldn't tell what was instinctual or what was me making a choice. I just didn't have a lot of feelings when I was young. And so it was kind of like a late bloomer in some of those worlds. But one of the things I struggle with sometimes still is just like ego and confidence, you know? Yeah. How do you know, you know what I'm saying? Because one can be super dangerous. One is healthy.
Well, look, man, I think ego's gotten a bad rap. This, elimination of the ego, there's a difference to going, I have confidence. I have confidence. Then there is, oh, look at me. The difference between I and me. Me's the objective one, right? Me's that Jumbotron, the lawyer one where you're going like, oh yeah, how do I look? I look good. There's where I get my confidence from something I saw myself outside of myself. Confidence with the I, which I think is true ego, when we handle it right, is I think extremely healthy. I mean, man, it's like judgment. You got to have judgment, or you have no identity. And where do you get judgment from? Well, part of that, I believe, is part of the ego of I am discerning because I prefer this over that. I expect this more than I expect that.
Experiences,
for myself or from others. Now, ego can get out of check when it gets into the look at me.
Yeah.
But when it's coming from the subjective place of like, no, I'm prepared for this. This is what I'm fashioned to do. I have the ability. I'm capable, and I'm willing. I'm going to go do that. And no one's going to judge myself harder than I'm going to judge myself because I believe what I am capable of doing. I mean, look, I wrote about this in Green Light since a little bit in Poems and Prayers. These roofs, these limitations we put on ourselves, we make those up. And that's a cocky ass thing to do. Who do we think we are?
To put limitations
to put these roofs on our ability if we have that ability. Now we get into what's humility. Humility, which is a word I had trouble with because growing up, especially in religion, humility, I always kind of cowered. My head kind of, my shoulders came forward, my head kind of got down, and I didn't know how to have confidence with humility. How do you have confidence and be humble? And then I heard a new definition of humility or being humble, admitting that we have more to learn. Now that definition, all of a sudden my shoulders backed up, my head went high. I said, oh, I can dig that. I'm in. I have more to learn.
Because that's an active humility kind of.
Now I'm going forward. It's affirmative.
Right.
I can still be graceful, still be empathetic and listen, but I'm not.
And it's retreating. Like
I'm not,
Yes.
I'm not being passive necessarily. I think we got to have a healthy ego.
And empowering taking on of knowledge and admitting you have more to learn.
Yeah.
It
was a freeing, sometimes a definition of a word for me, like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Now Now I understand it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes 40. I didn't learn that one until I was 45.
Yeah.
So for 45 years, hey, get off your toes. You better be humble. I was like,
Yeah.
I'd cow down and miss opportunities, and not be the first to speak up if I knew the answer or something, or pass the buck too often. And that's like a false modesty. Oh, shoot. No, I'm not
Yeah,
me.
it's really pretending to, it's like, oh, let you see me be modest.
Yeah. And it's bullshit. It's you're lying. It's kind of cocky in reverse.
Yeah.
You know?
You should know that Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app. Football and basketball season are in full swing, and there's no better time to join. The app is really easy to use. That's what I like about it. To create a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few players' stats. That's it. And right now, Prize Picks will give you $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups. Use promo code Theo when you download the app and sign up today. And best of all, on Prize Picks, on top of picking players now, you can now, starting this week, pick teams and even culture events. What does that mean? It's as simple as that. You can now just pick the winner of the game on Prize Picks. Football, basketball, hockey, combat sports. Plus, they've got picks for crypto, politics, and entertainment in the Culture Picks section. Prize Picks, Player Picks, Team Picks, Culture Picks, all in one trusted app. Play responsibly. What happens when your health becomes the punchline? From seed oils to stress, toxins to pollutants, the modern world is screwing with our health at the cellular level, leading to exhaustion, brain fog, digestive issues, and more. But here's the thing. You don't have to settle for feeling like garbage 24/7. Armra Colostrum is nature's original health hack, packed with over 400 bioactive nutrients that fortify gut integrity, strengthen immunity, revitalize hair growth, fuel stamina, elevate focus, and help you function like a human again. We've worked out a special offer for our audience as well. Receive 15% off your first order. Go to tryarmra.com/Theo or enter THEO to get 15% off your first order. That's tryarmra.com/THEO. Every business is asking the same question. How do we make AI work for us? The possibilities are endless, and guessing